Today we take one of the most beloved games for the Atari Jaguar and face it up against a throwaway title for the Playstation 1. Hey, I am the Game Collector and this is Second Opinion Games. And it is Missile Command 3D for the Jaguar versus Missile Command for the PlayStation 1. Which is better?
Second Opinion Games.
If you're not familiar with Missile Command, well, it's a game that took place normally in the 80s, where missiles rain down and you have to shoot them out of the sky. Similar to what the United States was planning on doing if Russia ever actually launched missiles over at us. So we fast forward quite a few years, and it's no longer Russia as the enemy, now it's some type of space aliens. If you want to play the original version of the game, you have it right here on Missile Command 3D for the Jaguar. And it looks and plays pretty cool, although I do get pretty bored of Missile Command really fast. There's really not a whole lot going on here. You do have to manage your missiles and stop them from reaching the cities or your turrets. Also, in the Jaguar version, you could zoom out and see that you're playing it in a TV within a TV. On the PlayStation 1, they have the same game, but toned up with the graphics and better music. It's really not the original, but it's a perceived improvement. It plays about the same, and you could use the analog sticks if you want to, even though I prefer the D-pad. Overall, the classic versions, I much rather go with Missile Command 3D for the Jaguar. If I wanted to play a slightly updated version, I would go with its namesake, Missile Command 3D. In which case, then, well, the PlayStation 1 game still looks better and still sounds better. But that's really not the main game on the Jaguar version, and it's certainly not the main game on the PlayStation version. But before we get down to the meat and potatoes of this, I want to get into some other things about the game. Like when we start up Missile Command 3D for the Jaguar, we're treated to polygonal letters flying all over the place and some other flashy stuff. However, on the PlayStation 1, we get an FMV cutscene that's poorly rendered in early 90s technology. Overall, I kinda like the Jaguar a bit better here, but that's just really my taste. I could honestly go either way at any given time of the day, matter of fact. The music is definitely better on the PlayStation version than on the Jaguar version. The Jaguar version seems to be a little quieter and going on in the background, when it seems to be a highlight of the PlayStation version. The controls, I gotta tell you straight up, control-wise, the Jaguar version is very precise and perfect, especially if you're playing with a Pro controller, because you could use your shoulder buttons to switch back and forth in the virtual mode, which is what I'm talking about right now. In the PlayStation version, it's really a lot more just like the original Missile Command, which, truthfully, I get bored of really, really fast. One other thing I want to go over, if you want to play multiplayer with a friend, well, you're pretty much out of luck on the Jaguar version. At least the PlayStation 1 version, you could do co-op or versus each other in some way, with the classic version of Missile Command there. So, it has that going for it. Now, jumping into the main game. Missile Command 3D, the virtual version, has 3 main levels, with 3 waves for each level. Missile Command for the PlayStation is considerably larger. Let's jump back to the Jaguar here real quick and take a look at them. First level, you're underwater. The second level, you're in the sky. And the third level, you're in outer space. So you always go up. With the PlayStation version, you could be anywhere on Earth. They even guard Antarctica here. So you know you're pretty well protected from the space aliens when you're even protecting cities in Antarctica. In the Jaguar version, you have to manage quite a bit going on. You have to keep track of your missiles and power up each individual turret and always switch back and forth and watch those missiles fly and really pay attention. On the PlayStation version, you have to also play very close attention and shoot down the missiles and shoot down different motherships that keep trying to hit you from the bottom when you're looking up to the sky. Also, your field of view in the PlayStation version, you need to look left and right quite a bit more, and you can pretty much see everything at any given time on the Jaguar version. I know it's not always 100% there, but you can pretty much know what's going on. The Jaguar version here is a very arcadey feel. Matter of fact, the whole game can be beaten in just a half hour if you're really good at it. The PlayStation 1 game is considerably longer. You even have to save and upgrade your ships. This offers far deeper gameplay than I originally thought. I thought I was going to blow through this game in just a couple hours because honestly, when I first bought it, I thought it was a remake of Missile Command 3D for the Jaguar. Boy, was I wrong. Now, normally, I get pretty bored of Missile Command very quickly when I'm playing the classic versions. However, something about the added depth of Missile Command for the PlayStation really has me intrigued. I did absolutely love, and still do love, Missile Command 3D for the Jaguar, but it's very dated. The graphics are pretty bad as well, and that dragon is pretty hilarious. And you could beat it in a half hour, so after that, you do feel kind of bored of it, and it does get ridiculously hard before that half hour's up. Missile Command for the PlayStation 1 also gets ridiculously hard, but it always feels like it's challenging you to beat one more level. And it's really fun. Add on to it lots of FMV cutscenes and gameplay that really kind of pushes you forward in a much longer sit down for a whole weekend experience rather than just a day. And I think the PlayStation 1 has it beat. And it definitely has my vote for the best game over movie cutscene ever of all times. When I started putting these two head to head, at first, I thought for sure the Jaguar version would take the title. But now, I'm sticking with the PlayStation 1. Don't worry, I'm not going to give up on my Jaguar altogether. It's just, I think I could spend a lot more time getting to know Missile Command for the PlayStation 1. Well, there you go. And that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you like this review, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Also, take into consideration the fact that Missile Command for the Atari Jaguar is a rather expensive game, $60 to $80, depending on how you buy it, and a Jaguar is over $200 now, versus a PlayStation game. I could get a PlayStation and this game for about $35 or less. So that really is a big deal as well. Till later, I'll see you again, guys.